Hello and welcome to This Week in Campbell Football with head coach Mike Minter. I'm Chris Haymeyer, and as always, we're powered by Fred Anderson Toyota. Coach, your team stays in first place. They're a perfect 3-0 in the Pioneer Football League after a dominating 28-9 win over the defending champion Butler Bulldogs. So many things to talk about, but what impressed you the most about that victory?
I think you said it. It was really from start to finish. We dominated the football game. We led the whole game. The other thing that I liked about it was the second half. We came out defensively and held them to 50-something total yards or something crazy and really played a dominating third and fourth quarter, which is really what I wanted to see from my football team. Is all that conditioning, all that running you're doing, it paid off, and it showed because of the fact that they had a lot of guys go down. It seemed like they was really tired doing that second half, and so it's always good when you're going through something and you give your guys a lot of running, give them a lot of advice, and then it starts showing up on the field, starts showing up on the scoreboard. That's when you get really excited. The other thing was our third down percentage. We've been talking about that week in and week out about how can we get better with that. We went from 9% that we was at in the league to 60-something%. Because that last third down I won't count because we kneeled down before to let the clock run out. So I took that one off, and so when you look at that, you get really excited that we made some progress on the offensive side of the football. I thought Dakota Wolf played a heck of a game, and so I was proud of that, for him to have that breakout game and really took advantage of what they was doing to us, and so every time you see your quarterback do that, you're excited about it. So all in all, I like the fact that the defense played a dominating second half, the offense put it away, and it was really a team win, and again, I tell people we're not even scratching the surface yet. We still got a lot of work to do. We still got to focus on all the little things to try to get to where we need to get to. But we're excited that, in the process that we're 3-0.
And we're excited to show you these highlights. Campbell takes down the defending Pioneer Football League champs. Here's the highlights from CU versus Butler.
Shotgun, takes the snap, back to throw, flushed out of the pocket. He's brought down by Pleasant. Almost at midfield, far hash. Back to throw Wolf. Wolf's going to throw to Joyner. It's the wheel route that they scored a touchdown on last week. They're going to score a touchdown again. Caught at the 30, down the sidelines, into the end zone for a TD. And CU has taken an early 6-0 lead. Weaver still in at quarterback. Fakes the handoff. Nowhere to go. He is brought down by Luke Hill. Rolling right, Salmon throwing on the run. Salmon, the ball tipped up and caught by Hildreth. Are the two receivers on the right side. Wolf fakes the handoff, looking right, throwing. Ridenhour complete, middle of the field at the 50, down the far sideline, 40, inside the 40. Drops the snap is Dakota. Dakota has a hole, is going to run to the 10, to the 5, into the end zone for the touchdown. A broken play turns into a TD for Dakota. Weaver takes a snap, play action fake, sacked. He is dropped down behind the line of scrimmage. Taking the snap, Wolf, a draw, up the middle, untouched, into the end zone. TD for Dakota Wolf. Field with Weaver. Weaver takes the snap, hands off to Stewart, Hanshaw. Caught Dillon, touchdown. Dalton Dillon with together. I don't know if anyone. It's intercepted. Intercepted on the throw. It's Howard inside the 20, pushed out of bounds at the 10.
Coach, you had touched on so many fantastic stats from this game. Just one penalty on your team the entire game, over 60% on third down, and your defense, 218 yards given up, 50 in the second half. Your D really sent a message to Butler during this game.
I think they did. I mean, the defense, when you look at what happened in that game, get a block punt, they get it on the 22-yard line, they get it all the way down to the 5, and this is really where I think the moment of what our defense is made of and what we've been practicing all offseason came down to. It was the turning point of the football game. And, they try to run the ball. We stopped that They try to throw the ball in the dirt. Try to run the ball again. Hanshaw, which I believe was the play of the game, knocked the running back for a 2 or 3 yard loss. And then the next play, the fourth down play, he actually gets in the backfield and made the quarterback rush that throw where he overthrew the guy in the corner of the end zone. That stop right there really kind of is going to be our trademark. I believe that kind of catapults the defense to the next level of where you really want your defense to be. So I'm excited to see these guys continue to grow on the defensive side of the ball. But just like that, on the offensive side of the football, we did a lot of great things. They try to take away our run. As you can see, we want to run the ball about 62 yards, 70 yards, and so it was really tough to run the football against these guys. So what we did is we went to our long handoffs. We throw the bubble screen out there. If you put that many guys in the box, you only got one-on-one out there, and if we block one of them, we're going to get us 4 or 5 yards. And so that really became our running game in the second half. And then again, I thought Dakota Wolf did an excellent job of taking what the defense gave him. And then when he scrambled, he was able to hit it down the middle and use his speed and his legs to make things happen. So 2 passes for touchdowns, 2 runs for touchdowns. I just thought offensively overall played a great game, a real efficient game, and a passing game. When we had to go deep, we went deep and we made it count. So, you know, I look at where we at and what we did, Chris, as something that we're excited about, that we can build on to continue to go to where we really want to go to.
Your redshirt senior quarterback Dakota Wolf threw for a school record 34 completions, over 300 yards. 6 of those completions were to a super senior receiver in Jabri, Ridenhour. He is in the top 5 now, all times in reception and reception yards. He and his receiving coach, Adam Morris, are this week's senior and coach's spotlight.
My name is Jabri Ridenhour. I play wide receiver, and I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina. I don't really have big hands, so I got to work on my grip and my strength and stuff like that. I got big forearms, so that helps with gripping the ball. And, you know, having great hands isn't just like the physical part. It's all mental, knowing when to catch it, how to catch it, and stuff like that. The big difference is our attitude, desire to win. Everybody has the same dream, the same goals. Everybody wants to, you know, get that ring. And last year, everybody had different goals. Like, everybody was looking forward to, like, stats and stuff like that. But, you know, this year, we're not even worried about that. We were about getting those W's.
I coach the wide receivers here for Campbell, and you know, the majority of my day is spent helping to put together the pass game for our game plans. You know, organizing what we're going to do on first and second down with our base passes, and then obviously the third down situations when we're throwing the ball more. You know, looking at the opposing team's defensive coverages and figuring out ways we can try to attack them and get the ball downfield. My guys, they're a fun group. They're a fun group. They keep me laughing, and they keep things light and loose, but at the same time, they work hard. Every single day they come wanting to get better, and I think that's what I like most about them. They take it seriously, and it's important to them. And as a coach, that gives you a fighting chance, is when it's important to your guys, and they come into the building every day, and they come out to this field every day wanting to work, asking questions, asking intelligent questions, and you know, really understanding the game, understanding their opponents, understanding what we're asking them to do in this scheme here, in this offense. You know, they're students of the game, and I appreciate that.
Coach, your wide receiving core doing it again. You have some great young guys out there. Your running backs make a lot of great catches and yards after the catch from the backfield, but it's nice to have a couple of those upperclassmen, including Jabri, back there. They are so sure-handed, and they're your go-to guys when you really need it.
Absolutely. When you talk about throwing the football, Jabri got the best hands that I've seen since Steve Smith. I mean, he really plucks the ball out the air, and really is kind of the leader of that group. Jordan Hildreth is a guy that make big plays. Every time we need a big play, he comes up with a big play, and so he's really the heart and soul of the group. And that's what you have. And of course we got Ben and you know, DT that's out there, and Damon Simmons, and so you got a lot of different weapons. 12 different guys touch the football in the passing game. That's amazing. That really shows that how many guys that we have the ability and the confidence that we want to get the ball to and let them make plays.
It'll be a homecoming showdown as you guys try to make it 4 in a row. It's homecoming, a 4 o'clock start against the Davidson Wildcats. Coach will tell you here in a second, but this is not the same Davidson team as last year. Don't let their record fool you. Coach, this is a Davidson team that's scoring a lot of points, including putting up 48 and almost upsetting Dayton, a team that year in and year out is one of the best teams in this league.
Davidson has a quarterback that can get it done. He reminds me of a Russell Wilson type. He gets the ball out. He gets the ball out accurately. He gets the ball out where the receiver can make a play and the DB can't. When you have a quarterback that can do that, it puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And, you know, they got a wide receiver, number 89, that makes plays all over the field. I believe he's leading the league in receptions, reception yards, anything that got to do with wide receiver. And he can make it happen. And so, you know, we got to really be mindful of where he's at. But this quarterback puts the ball out to a lot of people. They got a running game that keeps you honest. And so what we have to do is make him one-dimensional and then get after him. We got to get him off his spot and make him scramble around and make some great plays all day long. Our defensive line got to play great and see if we can get some pressure in his face, because I believe any quarterback with pressure in his face makes it tough. And so their offense is an offense that you better prepare for. It's probably the toughest offense up to this point that we've faced, and so it's going to be a great challenge for our defense. So they better get ready.
It'll be a fun one as Campbell tries to go to 4-0 and stay on top of the Pioneer Football League. A special 4 o'clock homecoming start. We hope to see you out there. If we don't, we'll see you next week right here on This Week in Campbell Football.